I just wanted to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that I have some new designs over at the Disriz Entertainment store. We have the 2022 grade fall designs jumping out of the store. From tank tops to t-shirts to hoodies, we have it all. This fall design will last up until December 2022. If you would like to further support the channel and help with the funding of Disriz Entertainment, the link will be in the description. Now, let's get into it. When Tom is wrongfully accused of murder, Huey and Riley enlist the assistance of Ed III and his friend Jim Rummy to find the actual perpetrator. Until then, Tom DuBois must face his prison-ridden fears as he is falsely accused of murdering someone. A Date with the Help Inspector is the 5th episode of the BoonDocks, an Adult Swim animated television series. It first aired on December 4, 2005. Tom DuBois has recurring nightmares about being sexually abused while incarcerated. Huey reveals that Tom had lived his entire life with extreme caution because he feared being imprisoned and anally raped. In flashbacks, Tom refuses to assist a friend in stealing merchandise from a department store by saying,
Well, what if we get caught? We'll get arrested and anally raped. Hey guys, what are you doing?
Just smoking a joint. You want a hit?
Yeah, right. You guys can go to jail and get anally raped if you want.
he even drove the speed limit.
You drive like an old bitch!
And deleted illegally downloaded MP3 files from his wife's computer.
Hey, file sharing is a crime, and I'm not gonna be anally raped so you can listen to Usher.
You know, Tom, this whole anal rape thing is really causing both of us to miss out on a lot in life.
Tom, who has been arrested for fitting the description of the Xbox killer, uses his prison phone call to contact Huey.
Hello?
Riley, is that you? Put your brother on, it's an emergency.
What's the emergency?
I'm in jail.
Riley responds,
Don't drop the soap. Who's that?
Fortunately, Tom is able to call back and ask to speak with Huey.
Yeah?
Riley, it's Tom.
I thought you only get one phone call from jail. Who's this?
Huey, I got arrested.
Explaining his situation and pleading with him to find the true killer before 9 in the evening because Tom is scheduled to be transported from Holden to real jail for the weekend, and the earliest he could be released is Monday. Huey and Riley agree and decide to enlist the assistance of Ed III and his friend Jim Rummy, who served with Ed in the Iraq War and who is a fucking psychopath. Jim Rummy, who readily agrees to assist, agrees by saying,
I be dead on his ass like Spencer for fucking hire. I hunt him down and feed him his own testicles, and I do it in a jiffy. And I don't care if it's mama to ass, grandmama, innocent bystanders, little kids, babysitters, bill collectors, whatever. I leave his whole block filled with hot grass if I have to. And you know why? Because I just don't give a fuck. Hey man, put some links with them grits, Remy. Shit, I'm hungry as a motherfucker.
While heading to the hood to gather more information about the Xbox killer's whereabouts, Riley questions the tactics of Ed and Jen's military status by saying,
So y'all was in Iraq together?
Yeah, we was in Iraq.
What did you do?
We was looking for weapons of mass destruction.
Did you ever find them?
You know goddamn well we ain't find them. What are you, some kind of political humorist? You carry Trudeau up in this bitch? I was looking for bitches, but they had that carpet shit all over them and I couldn't see what they looked like. All that was really exposed was the eyes, and that wasn't enough for me, cause you know, shit, I'm looking at the eyes can be pretty, and I take that carpet off, and then I got a tragedy. Well, no, we ain't fine. But I always say the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English in what?
What?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yeah.
So you understand the words I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more time.
Huey, Riley, Ed, and Rummy go to the location of the murder. While Ed and Rummy's psychotic behavior and ambush of black men yield no results, the boys simply obtain more information on the suspect by saying,
I know who did the killing. I've known for 20 minutes. Guy's name is Terrell Jackson. He's been bragging about it all day. Everybody knows. He lives 5 minutes away. I've got MapQuest directions right here.
How'd you find all this out?
We talk to people.
I got a picture.
Where you get this?
I drew it from the description of the dude that they gave us while y'all was whooping niggas' asses in the street. I almost had time to color it.
Shit. Good work. Let's go.
the four set off, but Ed and Rummy decide to stop at a gas station for a drink. Ed and Rummy hand Riley 2 cases of beer to take to the car, prompting the Arab clerk behind the counter, voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, to gently insist that they pay for it first. At this point, Ed and Rummy draw their weapons and demand that the clerk is armed. A police officer, played by James Arnold Taylor, who had been reading a magazine, draws his gun and tries to calm things down. Ed and Rummy insist to the officer that the clerk is carrying a weapon, but the clerk maintains that he is not. The cop begins to shake uncomfortably, unsure who to believe. Huey begs the officer, insisting that the clerk does not have a gun, but Rummy ignores him. Ed then coerces the cop into assisting him by pointing one of his guns at the cop and asking,
"Fuck this shit, whose side you on? Mine or this motherfucker who's obviously of terrorist descent?"
Rummy then gives the terrified clerk 3 counts to hand over his weapon, but the opportunity is lost and Rummy opens fire. The sound of gunfire draws the attention of the clerk's co-workers, who emerge from the back room and begin firing their own weapons, believing that their store is being robbed and their co-worker is being murdered. Huey chastises Rummy for deviating from the original plan of finding the Xbox killer, and Rummy takes cover. Ed and Rummy's trigger-happy gunfire injures the cop, and the clerk's co-workers toss him a gun to defend himself with. Rummy reassures Officer Frank of his safety by saying,
Yo, officer, whatever your name is.
My name's Frank.
Okay, Fred, whatever. I want you to know you are not going to die in vain.
I don't think I'm dying.
Oh, well, I want you to know you wasn't mortally wounded in vain.
Actually, I think I'm gonna make it.
Then the third makes up a line of what Officer Frank said by adding one of the late great Curtis Mayfield's famous songs entitled Freddie's Dead by saying,
You hear that, you sweaty bastard? Freddie ain't dead. Freddie said, bring it on, bitch. Bring it.
The smoke clears and the clerk and his co-workers are led away in handcuffs while Ed and Rummy are hailed as anti-terrorism heroes by the assembled crowd.
What the fuck y'all looking at? Come on.
Meanwhile, Tom's time is up and he is led outside of his cell, only to discover that he is being released. The Xbox killer apparently struck again and was apprehended, thereby vindicating Tom. However, Ed and Rummy could have prevented the second killing if they had not deviated from their original plan, and nearly caused fatal havoc in their attempt to rob the store. The following day's newspaper headline read, War Heroes Thwart Terror Cell, referring to Ed and Rummy's convenience store robbery. The capture of the actual Xbox killer, whose Tom did not match the description given by the police, and Tom's reunion with his daughter is also reported. Tom intends to sue the police for wrongful arrest, as it has now been established that the police only arrested him because he was black, which was the only thing they looked for, not how dark or light-skinned the killer was. This episode was hilariously funny, and I will watch it again. I rate this episode a 9 out of 10. This is by far one of my favorite episodes next to episode 4, Granddad's Fight.
You got a problem with that, nigga?
Both episodes would have gotten a 10 out of 10, but I questioned a few things, especially in this episode. Like this one, for instance, is this truly how Americans view white society, trying to be or act black? Or is this a veteran's passage to stop acts of so-called terrorism on American soil, or truthfully hiding in plain sight? Is this truly a deterrent of terrorist activity, or was Ed Winkler III acting as a rich white American, thinking they can just walk out of the store without paying any money for the products? But on some real shit, did anyone notice that big-ass assault rifle in Rummy's hands? Also, dual-wielding Glocks, to the fucking automatic MAC-10s that Ed III was carrying. Truthfully, I cried laughing this entire episode. Fuck it, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for an outstanding story. Please be sure to smash that like button, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure your post notifications are turned on by clicking the bell icon. If you made it to this part of the video, let me know what your favorite part of the video was. Also, what are you all looking forward to in future episodes? Share this video. I was told that it helps out the algorithm. We are trying to get our views up. We are asking for 200 likes to help take this channel to the next level. New review videos every Saturday and Sunday for more episodes. Thanks for watching, take care, and we will see you in the next one.